The No Fate channel, checking in with another episode of Daddy's Daycare Tips. On this series, I just give you a quick tip or trick that I found beneficial in being a dad, and hopefully you will too, because being a parent is not easy and you need to use every trick you can find. Today, I am giving you the one must-have device for every new dad out there. I don't typically recommend products for new parents or new dads, whatnot. The reason being is every kid's different and every parent's different, and oftentimes, parents get so many people like, oh, you got to get this, you got to get that. And the reality is most of it is hogwash. This is something that I did not have with my first child, and I picked it up with my second child, and I was so mad I never had it with my first child. So what is it? It is simply a bottle warmer. It is a very simple device. This is a Dr. Brown's bottle warmer, and it just warms your bottles. Now, I've got no affiliation with Dr. Brown's. There's a million bottle warmers out there, so all I'm telling you is to get a bottle warmer. If you have a child, you're expecting a child, or you know someone that is going to have a child, make sure that they have a bottle warmer on hand for up through the beginning of their life, all the way until they stop using an actual bottle and go to a sippy cup, transition to a sippy cup. So how does Dr. Brown's bottle warmer work, and how is it going to save you time? So the instructions on how it works are very simple. You fill up this reservoir, and this is going to last you probably 3 or 4 days in terms of before it needs to be refilled again. You fill up the reservoir, you put it in here, then you put the bottle in here. What type of bottles does it take? So obviously it takes Dr. Brown's, but it takes tall bottles, small bottles, all bottles. So if you've got a tall bottle, you just sit it like that. If you've got a small bottle, you take the inside out, you reverse it, and you're good to go. Now this just sits in here like so. You put the bottle in, you close the top, you hit the on button, you program the time, and hit the start button. So the only thing that takes a little bit getting used to with these bottle warmers is the time. You have to figure out which time works for you in terms of getting that bottle to be the right temperature. But the reality is it's super simple. Once you get an idea of what temperature you want that bottle to be at, you're going to program that time the same time every time. So the timer will run out. The bottle will still stay inside until it actually beeps. So what the machine does, heats up the water. That water then heats up the bottle. The machine cuts off the heat, and it lets that bottle sit for about 10 to 15 seconds while that bottle is still coming up to the appropriate temperature. Boom, you take the bottle out, you check it on your wrist, and you feed it to your son or daughter. So why am I just a massive fan of this bottle warmer versus the old-timey method of heating up a bucket of water, heating up a pan of water, and putting in your bottle? And the reality is time. As a new parent, as any parent, you need to find ways to save time. And the worst thing you can do is absolutely waste time. And by the old method, that's all you're doing is wasting time. You've got to sit there, make sure that the water's boiling, cut the heat, put the bottle in, make sure that the bottle is positioned correctly, move the bottle around, shake it so that the milk is evenly heated, all that BS. And it is a waste of time when you could be using that time for a lot more other things. And oftentimes, as many of you parents might already know, when your child wants that bottle, all they're doing is crying. And it's probably a lot easier, at least I found out with my second child, slap the bottle in there, hit the button, and then you can actually, pick up your child, hold your child, do some other things, do some other chores while that bottle is being prepared. And, I'm just really mad at myself. As I make this video and talk about it, I am absolutely really mad at myself. I didn't pick one of these up for my first child because I wasted so much time with my first child. And I even ruined a few bottles with my first child because I put the bottles in the pan and I put them like too close to the middle of the pan, and they touched the bottom, and it ended up being too hot for the actual bottle, cracked the plastic and all that junk. So if you are a parent, if you are an expecting parent, or if you know someone who is going to be an expecting parent, I highly recommend picking up a bottle warmer. Again, I've got no affiliation with this Dr. Brown's bottle warmer, and I know it does different bottles. It doesn't do just Dr. Brown's bottles. So if you want a bottle warmer, I'll put an Amazon affiliate link in the description below. Certainly something that is going to save you a lot of time and a lot of headaches. If you came this far in the video, then hey, drop me a comment below. Have you used a bottle warmer? Is this something you're going to pick up for your first child, for your next child, or for one of your friends that's going to be having a child? Drop it in the comments below. If you have questions on the bottle warmer, I've been using this thing for over a year now, love it. And now that my daughter has moved to a sippy cup, it is moving on. But if you have questions about this Dr. Brown's bottle warmer at all, you know where to put them. Drop them in the comments below. As usual, you know what to do. Give this video a like. hit that subscribe button. Of course, ring that notification bell. As usual, thanks for watching, and don't save anything for the trip back. I am dedicated to helping you dads be great parents to your children and still accomplish your own personal goals. I post tips and tricks to save you dads time, energy, and money. 3 things that are in short supply for every dad out there.